Hi guys, we're going to do another project for Earth Day. We're going to recycle some materials. I have with me a paper plate. This is the Chinette kind. It doesn't have any of that super shiny stuff on it. It's just really like a ton of paper that's been pressed. And I also have my cardboard egg cartons. So this is going to be my experiment. We're going to put it inside a pot of water. I did warm water because I think that might break down our paper a little bit easier. So I'm going to we're going to make our own pulp with this. So then we can do, all sorts of like projects afterwards because we'll have essentially like a paper mache pulp. So I'm going to put it in here, tear it up, try to let this disintegrate a little bit more. So I'm going to let this sit for a good bit. Good bit, that's a pretty technical term. Not quite sure how long to let it stay in there, but we'll figure it out together. And there's that. And then if I take my cardboard top, I think I'm going to use the bottom that doesn't have the lettering on it because I like my pulp to sort of all be one color. Now, if I was doing this at school, I would do almost the same thing. I would take paper and put it in water, let it sit for just a little bit, and then I'd actually stick it in a blender to get a really smooth pulp. But I'm not quite sure if I'm going to have to do that, but we'll see. I can already tell I'm probably going to have to get a wee bit more water in this to cover up everything. So I wish I could snap my fingers and this would be done. And I'm sure in some technological wonderland, I am able to do that. I just have yet to figure it out. So here we go. I'm going to try to press it all in there so everything can get soaked. And I rip it up just even a little bit more. So now that's got just a little bit of more water on it. It tears really, really easily. And this is really nice hot water. It's a little bit more than just warm, which I think is helping in breaking everything down. Actually, the paper plates are harder to break down than this, than the cardboard egg carton is. Another little fun trick about cardboard egg cartons for Earth Day, if you guys fill these up with soil and then plant a seed in them and then cut them, you can plant this one thing right into the garden, and this is biodegradable, and it will disappear into your garden. Kind of cool. All right, we're gonna let this sit, and we'll come back to it. All right, guys, I'm back. I've let this soak for a while. If I was at school, I would be using my blender, but I actually have two blenders at school for this project, but I don't have my school blender, so instead, I'm going to do our old, Ninja, Nutra Ninja. So this is a blender. We're going to put all of this into a blender so we can get this really fine pulp, and that becomes our paper mache. So I'm just going to add it in here a little bit at a time. I think there's a fill line, max fill. So, and then add a little bit of water with it. Sure, that looks good. Okay, put my top on. Now, believe it or not, I do not use this. This is just my kids use this. All right, so I'm gonna slide that off. I can pull in my Nutra Bullet something or other. Close your ears because this is going to be loud. Put this up a little bit higher. All right. I don't know what I'm doing. What am I supposed to do with this? Hold please. I do think I need to add more water to it, but all right, but you guys get the general idea of this. So now I'm going to take it over to my strainer, pop this off. I'm just using the top part of it because the rest of it I need more water, but it's this really cool pulp. So I'm putting it in the strainer so I can try to get as much water to drip out of it as possible. I don't want to leave this in too long or else it will totally dry out. And that's not what I want to have happen. Not yet. So if I have it dry out right now, it's going to stay in the shape, and that's really not what I want to do by that. Okay, so I'm going to put this on pause again, and then we'll start playing with our pulp. Okay, so I've added more pulp to this. When we are making paper at school, in 5th grade for colonial days, we go about doing this. This is how they made their paper. So they use that pulp from trees, ground up fibers, and did it. So then we would take a screen, we would lay this all into a big bucket of water. We would take a screen underneath of it, lift it, and the screen would be in the shape of a square. So that's where this would all lie. So I'm trying to squeeze out as much water as possible. So I just have my paper. So it is called celluloclay is what we just essentially made. It's a form of clay that we could use. That's my form of clay. I'm sure you guys know about the salt dough clay that you could do at home with flour and water. And but this is just kind of a fun way to recycle some of our material. Now that I have that, I'm just going to put it up on the side. I'm going to take my saran wrap, just as my board down here, something to work with. And then now I can start building and playing. What can I make with this? Guys, you can make all sorts of things. I squeeze it together. I have a little water, I might squeeze it over there. So I just made a body. I'm gonna actually add maybe a little head to this. This won't stick so well. Like, it's not like clay. You know, in clay where we score and slip everything to attach, you don't have that possibility here. So actually, when you keep it fairly wet, I'm just going to dip it in some water that I have over here. That's probably your best binder, is just some more water. So I don't know if you can tell, but I'm sort of making just a small bird with this little tail. I'm going to actually add some more water to it to get that shape. I'm just going to dip it into my water. I'll soak it up a little bit and I can reshape it. What else could I do with this? I have a lot of cardboard at home. I would love to make a mask. So if I made a mask, so that's sort of a bird shape if you guys can see. This will dry and then I'll be able to paint it. If I had a stick, I might put a stick down in there, but it's a little too much of a beak. I'm getting awfully particular right now, which, you know me, I get very excited about creating. So, all right. So if I had a mask, a cardboard piece, you could build your eyes with this. You could, let me do another eye. I'm going to pull my bird off to the side. Can't see him. I could do my funny eyes. I could make a nose and do a mouth. Again, it would be great if you just put this on cardboard so then it would sort of stick. That paper pulp from here is the same with the cardboard, and it would stick. So other fun things you can do with this once these dry. And these, you can paint these, whatever you want to do with them. Go attach them to a tree and make a face. I might actually do that with these. Let these dry and then make a face. All right, I'm noticing also a lot of you guys are copying exactly what I'm doing for projects, and that's not what I want you to do. I want to show you how to do a project, and then for you to come up with your own results. What could you do with what I just showed you? All right, well, stay tuned. Once this pulp dries, it's going to go onto a tree, and I'll have a happy tree for my Earth Day. All right, have fun, guys. Bye. All right, just for a quick follow-up, I did end up putting my pulp on a tree. I decided to do it while it was wet to have so I could sort of mold it into the ribs of the tree. So here's to my happy little tree. Hopefully when it dries, I may give it a little bit more character. All right.